What's up guys, Grim Tutor, Blightsteel Colossus, and Terror of the Peaks are this month's Patreon rewards. We've also incorporated brand new tiers for those of you who'd like to get your hands on some of our awesome previous proxies very quickly. To support our channel and sign up for the tier that best suits you, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/itresolves. What's going on guys? Welcome to another gameplay video. Today we are kind of testing out a bit of an interesting list. It's sort of a control list, sort of an infinite turns list, at least that's the goal. I have not play tested this one, but I have seen this deck running around a lot, so I figured we'll jump ahead and see if we can get this one to work. So the idea is Discontinuity is a really interesting card from the new set, Core Set 2021. As long as you cast this spell, as long as it's your turn, it actually costs 4 less to cast. Generally, that's not the goal. The goal is to play this at the beginning of your opponent's turn. So you try and get yourself up to 6 mana, and then you just end the turn on their upkeep, and then it's your turn. And so that's pretty much it. It's pretty much a blank turn. It's a really interesting one, one that we'll hopefully get to see. Now, we're going to hopefully be able to bring it back as well with Tamiyo. So if we've got one in the graveyard, we play Tamiyo, we bring it back, and then all of a sudden we're good to go again. Wilderness Reclamation is a really key card in this as well, because it untaps all of our lands, on the beginning of our end step, which then allows us to continue, playing spells on our turn, ramping hopefully a little bit more, and then play another Discontinuity on the opponent's upkeep. So the idea is to really just keep this going. We also, in the way of taking turns, have Teferi, Master of Time. Now, this is an interesting one, I think. Essentially, the goal is to activate this on upkeep, hopefully draw a card, then maybe discard a card or blank a creature, or do whatever you need to do. Then play Discontinuity and get to activate it again on your turn. Like, you can essentially, because you can activate this during either player's turn, you really get to just pile on counters to Teferi really quickly. So very interesting there. We've also got Teferi Time Raveler here to kind of stop the opponent from doing too much about what we're trying to do, and as well draw some cards. So Shark Typhoon is also in here as a bit of a finisher, but also just a really powerful haymaker if we need it to be. Shatter the Sky, obviously a decent sweeper. Got a little bit in the way of ramp with Growth Spiral as well as Uro, so it's going to hopefully get us to that Discontinuity a little bit quicker. Thassa's Intervention can help us get to the cards we need or counter a spell, depending on what we need to do. So this can act as a blanking of a turn if we need it to. We can just sit there and counter. Brazen Borrower, also a really nice little tempo play, so it gives us a way to bounce what they're trying to do. Now, this deck does have 28 lands, so pretty high on the land count for good reason. We do have Uro and Growth Spiral here, so 1 forest, 2 island, and 2 plains. We've got 3 Castle Vantress, the full gambit of shocklands. We've got Zagoth Triome, 1 Blast Zone, and then 4 Fabled Passage. So that's the deck. I think it's a little interesting. Again, I haven't tried this one yet, so this is going to be a first time for me, but I'm excited to try this one. I think it's going to be really fun, and if we can get it to work, then that's going to be pretty amazing. I'm pretty excited about that. So really stoked to try this deck out. I'm loving some of the new cards from Core Set 21. I think it's so fun to just be able to try a bunch of new stuff out. Even if it doesn't work, it's just kind of fun. Oh, look. Necropotence. Hey, we're against Necropotence, one of the most broken cards. All right, do we keep this is the question. It's a little slow, but we don't have a lot in the way of early game anyway, so I'm going to say let's keep. Depending on what we're up against, we'll either Uro or Teferi. It very much depends what we're up against. If we're trying to tempo them out, we'll, of course, Teferi first. Let's see. Let's just throw a breeding pool out first, I think. I kind of like these Fabled Passages because we can use them later, and that's fine. Or we can exile one now, which I think is actually the right call. That doesn't hurt too bad against what the opponent's doing here. Let's just go ahead and drop a Temple Garden. We'll lead on the Castle Vantress most likely this upcoming turn, and then be able to Teferi. Maybe not, actually. Maybe this is not a good time to Teferi. Maybe we'll just Uro instead, because if you think about it, bouncing these back to the hand just means they get to replay them, which is actually terrible for us. So let's just go ahead and Uro here. Gain a little bit of life. We'll get to Go ahead and drop one of these. Probably would have been a little bit better to have dropped the Temple Garden, but I don't think it's going to matter too much here. And next turn, you know, we'll see what they want to do. They may just pump one of these guys up, and if they do, that's fine. But looks like they did not. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's enter that tapped. And I think we'll pass here. I mean, I understand that I can just run out Teferi here. I also don't really want to, given that we've got Thassa's intervention going here. So let's do this. Just get to auto pay here. A little surprised they didn't attack in first. I think that was a bit of a mistake. That just would have made me kind of start to question a little bit more, but it's, I assume, not going to matter too much. This may be incorrect here, but we'll do this. So we do get to leave up the Thassa's intervention here, at least for 2. So if they've got another gray merchant, for instance, then it's not going to work. But we'll see. So countering's not going to work. I'm just going to look at the top card and draw it, essentially. And that's fine. An island, sure. But we do need to get some cards into our graveyard here for Uro anyway. So I'm kind of okay with that. That was a bit of a greedy play, I think. But it is what it is. Yeah. Let's drop you. And let's drop you. And here I will go ahead and bounce one of these. If they want to replay one, that's fine. And we'll exile a land. That doesn't matter. We're at the number of lands now where it really doesn't matter. And so this just makes it a little bit more efficient on our end. Let's see what they do. I assume they just kill Teferi, which again is fine because we're building up to this Uro here, so this actually helps us in the long run. Assuming they don't exile our graveyard, which there is a world where that happens. All right, so still need one more card here. Let's do this. We're going to bounce this again, draw a card. So the one downside, I think, to this deck is because we do have so many lands, it's a little bit tricky to get to what we need to get to. We do have a little bit of card draw here, and maybe I popped that Thassa's intervention, I think, a little early, so that might have been a mistake. But, you know, we'll figure it out. All good. I hope your guys' week is starting off fantastically, by the way. I know a lot of people are having busy weeks as it's a bit of an uncertain time, I think, for quite a number of people. But I hope everybody's getting to either get back to work or do whatever you need to do. I hope that's on your list. Wow, 3 Teferis and 2 Thassa's intervention. All right, let's get Uro out. Gain a little bit of life. We get to drop a land. And they may be able to just straight kill this right now, and that's fine. Wow, so many land. Yeah. And we just get to play another one. Unfortunately, we just have a ton of land in this deck, so it is what it is. I just want to mention, I'm going to talk about something, heads up, I'm going to talk about something not related to Magic. Whoa, weird. Yes, I do other things other than just Magic. Massacre Worm, very cool. Yes, so Blast Zone. Let's attack. See what we draw. Let's do this. See what they do. They may not do anything. It doesn't look like they will. Okay. Let's see. How many counters are on it now? 1. Okay. We'll pass. We're going to take a big hit here. I'm really overthinking this, and I probably shouldn't, but that's fine. Let's counter this just because we can't lose here. I'm just going to go 3. Let's see. X equals 1 is what we want, so we can get rid of both of these, potentially. See what they do. If they've got another play, it doesn't look like they do. Let's do this. X equals 1. Yeah, I think that's correct. We can get rid of both of these little guys, and I think that that's good. Oh, that's even better. Yeah, we're just going to attack in. Let's draw our card. Let's see what we get. Brazen Borrower. That's helpful as well, actually. Cool. Let's get that. And we're just going to do this. And we draw another Shatter. That's fantastic. Okay. Yes, resolve all. That's fine. Yes, so I'm going to talk about something now that I've gotten through this horrific incident. I am going to talk about something not Magic related that I'm really excited about. So, most of you probably don't know this, which makes sense. A long time ago, like 5-6 years ago, I was in a band. And so I played drums in the band. It was a really, really great group of friends. We had a phenomenal time together. Really enjoyed that time. I'm going to bounce this. I think we're at tempo speed at this point. Shatter the Sky is going to be our backup, but we're down to, an 11 on their side. So let's try and get this going. But anyway, so I was in a band. I played drums in the band. We wrote a good bit of music together, and it was really a fun time. Like we had a tremendous time together. And we played live shows, we recorded, we did all the stuff. But since then, obviously, it happens. We all go to college. We've all got other things to do, and so it just doesn't work out where we can continue that, which sucks. I really hate that, but that's just the nature of being in a band, I suppose. That's just what happens. And so, unfortunately, that's not been something that we've been able to keep up. However, I'm very excited to say that a couple of the friends that are still in this area, along with myself, have been working on finishing up what we would have released as our full length at the time. It's like a 10-song album or something like that. And it's not done by any means, but we are at the point now where we're in mastering territory, which is really, really cool. And I'm so excited about that. I think that that's going to be such a fun time. Interesting. And so I'm really excited to release that, and just it's not going to be we're not going to get paid for it or anything like that. It's nothing like that, but I'm really excited to say that that is going to happen. And that's so cool to me. It's just such a fun time. I love creating things. I think that that's just so fun. I'm going to scry on upkeep here, by the way. It's so fun to be able to do that. And it's a privilege to be able to do that. It takes a lot of work and that kind of stuff, but it's happening, and I think that that's so fun. And so all this to say, I'm just really excited because I do think that, it's going to be a really good time. Wow, Tamiyo, way worse than it could be. I'm actually going to... Do we keep Tamiyo is the question. I think we do, but it's just not great, unfortunately. The only reason this isn't great is because, obviously we're just going to... Anything that goes to the graveyard is going to die. So that kind of, exiled die, which is not good, but it is what it is. We actually want Wilderness Reclamation right now. Ooh, we just hit a bunch of lands and a Teferi, though, so that's not the worst thing. But yeah, so I'm really excited. I think my friend who does a lot of the recording, mixed all of them, and at least preliminarily he mixed them, but not all the way, is the thing here. And I'm really excited because I listened all the way through, and it's just a really cool testament to what we've done in that time. And it's not like we're an amazing band or anything like that, but it was just a really fun part of my life. And so I'm excited because finally we're going to actually have something full length to put out there to say hey, this is what we've done. So all that to say, when it does come out, if you're interested, I'll probably be sharing it in our Discord and that kind of stuff. Just so, if you're interested at all in music, it'll be there. Don't feel like, please don't feel like, you know, this is a huge important thing that you have to care about by any means, but I just think it's a fun time. So I certainly hope that you'll take time to listen to it when it comes out. And just, I'd love to hear thoughts about it. So criticism is more than welcome. That's totally fine. We're a band. We get it a lot. But yeah, it's just a fun time. Also, what in the world? Peer into the abyss in a deck like this? Man, I rhyme well. They're trying to discard cards, I assume. I don't really know what's going on. This is weird. They must have like a combo with it at some point, but it's just not, it didn't happen. What do we want here? I should have, I guess, scryed again. That was a bit of a mistake. Shoot. Maybe it's just Shark Typhoon. Yes. Yeah, I'll take Shark Typhoon. I will wait though. So I'm just gonna wait till they're end step and then cycle it. I think is the correct play. I'm not 100% sure, but chances are they just have another peer through, peer into the abyss or whatever it is, and then we just lose. I assume. Yeah. It's not gonna matter here. We'll just do it for 5. It doesn't matter. Yeah, now we lose even harder. And we just lose. Oh, we don't. Yeah, there we go. We lose. Okay. Yep, you do it. Whew. I was wondering. I was like, why in the world are we getting peered in this? But whatever. We were a turn away from winning. Unfortunately, they were able to get it there. That's fine. Let's jump into game 2. That was an interesting matchup. I definitely thought we were going to lose a lot quicker, and then we kind of got there in terms of stabilizing, and we had the win. But, you know, when you peer and draw half your deck, I guess it's pretty easy to get the cards you need. We needed to win on that follow-up turn, and unfortunately we just didn't. And that's fine. I should have gone for the Shark Typhoon earlier, though. That's very much a fair assumption. Oh, I'm gonna have to mulligan. That's such a good hand, but I just don't think we could keep it. I will keep this. I don't want to lose any of these cards, I'll be honest. Actually, as much as I hate it, I think Teferi is the one we get rid of. This doesn't produce white. Alright, is it Phoenix, I'm guessing? Brazen Borrower is great against Phoenix. Just because it not only bounces the Phoenix, so they have to discard it again, but it also just gives us a little flyer that we can deal with it with. I'm fine with that. See what they do. They didn't play a blue mana, which I think is a little interesting. Maybe this is just it's not a, it can't be a cycling deck, right? With Crash Through in it, there's no way. They're just not playing anything though. Let's do this, and let's do this. Draw a card. Let's put Fabled Passage down. And we'll just go ahead and crack this here. It's really not going to matter, but we'll get a white source. We do need white at some point for Teferi, and we do have Shatter the Skies in here, so like that's going to be important. So let's go ahead and get ourselves those colors, and then hopefully we'll be able to live. But I am a little concerned about this, just because this deck, if it's the deck I'm thinking it is, it's very easy to win out of nowhere, which is very scary. Yep, Finale. Makes sense. They played it for just one. That didn't seem great, but that's fine. Let's do this. What do we want? I think Wilderness Reclamation is the card that we want here. And unfortunately did not get. We did get Discontinuity, though, which is pretty good. Two of them, in fact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can just bring that back. and then stop on their upkeep. This just ends the turn. There we go. And now we get a turn. Isn't that interesting how that works? We still need Wilderness Reclamation though, so I'm actually going to go searching. There wasn't really a huge point in doing that, by the way. It was just kind of fun. Unfortunately, we are still not getting there. Let's just play Shark Typhoon. Why not? There was literally like no point in doing Discontinuity there. It was just kind of for fun. But it does skip their turn, which is nice. All right, so there's the blue mana. Okay. Yeah. Is it birds, man? That's what I'm telling you. It's a cool deck. I played this deck. It's really cool. But we do have Shatter the Sky in hand, so that's going to help tremendously. All right, so Castle Vantress. If we do this 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that does not work necessarily. Still really need Wilderness Reclamation, unfortunately, here. Why do we only have 2 Wilderness Reclamations is my question. That seems kind of silly. But it is what it is. We can't play Shatter because we don't have the second land, or the second white, excuse me. But we can play this. Get a 4/4, which is super nice. We do kind of just want to play out as much as we can here, so let's just do this as well. Obviously, we're in a position now where, like, oh, yes. We do enter that tapped, though, obviously. So we're in a position now where we're just kind of outvaluing everything that they do, hopefully. We do have the Wilderness Rec, so we can start bringing back the, well, really either Teferi or anything else that we want. Do I care about this? No, not really. We'll see how they want to attack, because I'm all too happy to just block however I feel. Like, we've got plenty of options here. Whoops. Yeah. So let's block. I'm actually gonna block here and here and see what they do. I kind of want them to play some combat tricks here, so like, yeah. Let's see. Let's do this. Get another 2/2 Shark. And I'm just gonna counter this. This is like really excessive and we don't actually have to, but yeah, we can just auto pay. Now we just have like a fleet of sharks though, is my thing. Sorry, by the way, if the frame rate's terrible. These games are going to be long, by the way. I'm sorry if it's a bit of a longer video as well, but hopefully it'll be worth it. Okay. So they're doing all of this, and all they do is kill a 4/4 shark. And, like, that's not great. All of that, and they kill a 4/4 shark, and we still have a butt ton of stuff. Yeah, there we go. That felt a lot better. I really, really liked that. So that was much more of a controlling aspect. They were obviously short on blue for like the first 4 or 5 turns. So I think we got a little bit lucky in that regard. But regardless, the deck handled itself well. And having Shark Typhoon out against a deck like that is just backbreaking. Anytime you can just continuously get little 2/2s down that are going to be able to block efficiently, even if they die, it doesn't matter. And so we were in a really good position there. So let's hope we do that again. Getting Wilderness Rec there was really helpful, and we did get to see Discontinuity do its thing once. Hoping we can see it do its thing a little more consistently, but we'll figure that out. No worries. Do we keep this? Yeah, we definitely keep this. This is actually a great hand. Yeah, we'll lead on the breeding pool, excuse me. And then we'll probably just shock ourselves with Hallowed Fountain. Growth Spiral, we'll leave up on 2, and then at the end of the turn, depending on what they do, we'll either Growth Spiral or Brazen Borrow something. And then turn 3, of course, we've got Uro, or just playing out the Brazen Borrower. So, I like it. We do have 3 card draw spells here, which is great as well, because we've got a lot of stuff we want to get to. Yep, let's see if we can do it. Scoured Barrens, okay. Drop this. Sorry again for the frame rates. Hopefully it's not too bad. I know it's a bit frustrating at times for us. I hate doing this, especially when we're playing a deck like this where it can get, you know, the games can be a bit long, but hopefully you can stick with us. Teferi is quite good, so let's do this and we'll pass. So we do have Growth Spiral or the Brazen Borrower up. We'll see what they want to do, and then chances are we may just Teferi and bounce. Seriously, that's interesting. So let's do this. We're going to bounce this. Teferi's going to be able to come in, bounce this, and then all of a sudden they've reset. And we have a live Teferi. So I think that that's probably best. We are taking quite a bit of damage here, so there is that, but this just devalue. I mean, this is just great tempo, essentially. And next turn, of course, we can gain some life back with Uro, or we can just play a Borrower. We've got some options here. We do have that Thassa's Intervention as well to counter if we feel the need. But we'll see. We shall see. Here they can just replay both cards. Worth noting that they can just do that. And that's perfectly fine with me. I don't particularly care. The idea was just to get tempo. If they're doing that, then they're not playing bigger stuff. So, seems worth it to me. Yep. Do the thing. Do the thing. Man, these frame rates are garbage. We're at 16. That's great. Sorry, guys. A locket? What is this deck? Sure. Let's do this. We'll obviously do this here. Let's Uro first. No land. Well, that was unfortunate. We'll go ahead and do this. I'm going to get a white source here. That way, if we do get a Shatter the Sky, we're in much better shape. They can kill Teferi here now if they'd like. That sucks, but like, it is what it is. It's what we've got to do, I think. We could have played Brazen Borrower out, but that can't block this anyway. So, only creatures with flying can Brazen Borrower block. And this gets an Uro in the graveyard for us, so now the fact that they're killing Teferi just means that we've got more fuel for the fire. Interesting. Okay, so what do we want to do? Discontinuity, huh? Yeah, let's pay 2. We're just gonna Uro again here. We're kind of taking this slow, and I don't know if that's really correct or not, but that's what we're doing. So now we can just start blanking their turn at some point, which is kind of nice. Still a little bit short in the graveyard, but next turn we can easily get there. We do have these Thassa's Interventions, and I don't know if it's wrong for me to be playing stuff out and instead should be just countering stuff. But it is what it is. We're going to keep going. This is a very good little, you know, cycle of cards here, though, for sure. But they've also used up their turn. Now, they can use this if they'd like, and I guess gain some life potentially. Anything up to chance like that, I'm not really in for. That just seems kind of not great. Let's see. Do we just put a stop on their upkeep, or do we wait? So I can just do this and then play an Uro if I want, which isn't terrible, but whatever. We're going to do it. Let's put that out there. That's actually great because now we don't have to shock ourselves. I know that we're getting rid of 2 Uros to play 1 Uro, but it's a much stronger threat than what they've got going, so they do have to kind of deal with it. And I don't know that they can. I'm going to pay 2 here. I'm going to fetch a blue source. That way we do have the Brazen Borrower available to us if we'd like it. Yeah, that's fine. They do get to draw a couple cards per turn here, which is great. They do have to pay 2 to do that, and they've only got 5, but, you know, that's pretty good. I'm going to wait. Chances are they've got nothing else to do this turn. We may just bounce the Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Again, we're just tempoing. It's literally all we're doing. We do get to start blanking their turn next turn if we'd like as well. It doesn't do a ton for us other than get us some free attacking, but that draws us a card. I mean, there's a lot of value in attacking with an Uro, so we'll see. We will see. They've got 2 mana open. They do have ways, I mean, there are ways in Standard to kill Uro with 2 mana, so that's worth noting. Let's see what they do. Huh, they failed. That's good. Let's just bounce the Ill-Gotten Inheritance here. All right. Let's do this. We're going to put a stop here, most likely. Let's attack in. Get a land down. I like that. And end the turn. So now, if we do this, yeah, so we can do this. Resolve that. So this just gives us things that we can do. So this is like freebie spells, essentially. So now we just get to end the turn. Comes back to us. We get to deal 9 damage to them if they don't block and draw a card. Oh, good. Another one. Let's attack first. This also keeps the Birth of Meletus from triggering, which is really handy. I like that quite a bit. Sure, that's fine. You can gain your little ones, that's fine. Okay. Here we just get to, again, flash out another Brazen Borrower, and then Discontinuity. Just gonna do this now, it doesn't really matter. Let's see. We also kind of want to get a counter on this so we can just kill everything, don't we? Let's resolve, that's fine. They can draw their card. We still have a stop, so we're good. Yeah, they can do that thing if they want. Doesn't seem amazing, but they can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's do this. X equals 1. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay. So now we get to kill everything with 2, which is like their entire board. In fact, almost everything except for the lockets. And now we've got to stop on there. Oh, no. Why did the stop go away? That was weird. We're just going to end the turn again. Thankfully, we had something to respond to. That was a bit strange. But I guess that makes sense. All right. End the turn. You can do it. So at the beginning of our turn, we get to blast zone them. Get rid of literally everything that they have. I mean, worth having, I should say. So this gets rid of Birth of Meletus. Is this creatures or just permanents? Permanents. Dawn of Hope and the Swindler. And we're doing this pre-combat so that way we can get in for a stronger attack and they can't gain life off of it. So this is a 3-for-1 blast zone, which is really solid. Like, dang, that's good. This is going to be a long video. Sorry, guys. Oh, they get to draw another card here, though, if they want. Pretty good. Let's attack in. Yeah. I feel a little bad at this point. Like, but this is the goal of the deck, is to just discontinuity like crazy. So we end the turn. I mean, that's the point of the deck. They do get to sacrifice this to draw 2 if they want. I don't know that this deck has many instants on the opponent's side, so I'm a little curious to see if they can do anything. We've gotten lucky just drawing multiple discontinuities, though. All right, and our turn again. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we are at... We could... No, we can't. That would be amazing. If we could cycle this for 1, we could kill him on 1. But that's not going to work. All right. Sure. If we do this... Yeah, I'm just going to play this out here. This is just going to attack on a different axis, so no matter what they do, we can kind of start jumping out some creatures. Probably should have waited until we drew Uro. It just didn't really matter. Let's see. I can do this. Just counter it. I mean, why not? If they have a way to kill it, they have a way to kill it. That's fine. And they may have another D-Spark too, but that's wasting their D-Sparks, so. Oh, excuse me. I didn't realize they had 4 mana available, but we got something out of it, so that helped. Just drop this, that's fine. All right, down to 2. See what we can do. If they don't have a sweeper, we're fine. Most likely, I should say. If they do have a sweeper, that sucks, but honestly, Thassa's intervention here is really going to help. We also need to probably leave up a stop so we can scry on our upkeep. We've got enough mana at this point. Yeah, they had that. That's fine. And now we can just replay Uro too. I mean, we've got options. Like, they're at 2. They get to gain life, though. That's very important. Let's go ahead and scry 2. Bottom. Ooh, that's really interesting. Yeah, let's keep that. Go ahead and draw. Main phase. So we can do this and Uro. So let's do this and Uro. And now we have Thassa's intervention up on their turn, which is super good. And we just get to draw an extra card here. Sure. Might have even been better not to have played that, just so we could have cycled it away, but it is what it is. All right, let's see what they do. We should be okay with counter backup here. We should be fine, but we will see. We will see. Also, really excited later today. We should be recording, excuse me, we should be recording the next episode of the JDC, which is Elves versus Goblins. We've already gotten a lot of deck submissions. Really excited for this one. I think this is going to be really fun. So I think I am on the Elves deck, and our guest is going to be on Gabos. So really interesting to see what's going to happen here. Yes, counter, absolute counter. I'm just going to pay 4 because it really doesn't matter. I'm going to put a stop on upkeep as well so we can scry if we need to. If they've got another one worth noting, they can play it. They've got the lockets to help them play it. But this is such a strange deck. We actually don't have to do that on upkeep. We can just scry now. So I'm going to do that. All right. Let's see what you got, opponent. They can, well, no, they don't have enough mana for it. I thought that was 4, but I was getting that mixed up. Sure. Bottom. I'm actually just going to scry again then. Okay, I guess I'm not. But we do get that, which is good. Let's scry before attacks. Don't particularly care for either one of those. This is obviously going to kill that. We'll just do this now, because why not? Got the stop on their upkeep, so we should be able to end their turn and then just win. Cool. Discontinuity, dude. That's a cool card, let me tell you. That is a cool card. They can sacrifice this and get another turn, I believe now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they can. Ooh, should have scribed. That was a bit of a mistake, but let's do it now. Since we do get to draw a card here. No. Actually really just want Tamiyo, but I don't know that we'll be able to get Tamiyo. Let's keep Shark Typhoon. I think that's kind of more of a guaranteed win. We'll put this down. And we'll attack in. Yes, go ahead and sacrifice this. That's fine. Cool. I'm not gonna play this out. We're gonna cycle it most likely here. This gives us a way to win, even if they gain a bunch of life. We've got a ton of lands, so I'm not really all that worried about it. And they may just not have anything to do. Like, if they sweep, we let them sweep, and then at the end of the turn, we just Shark Typhoon win. So I think we'll be okay. We do know that they've got some removal spells, like Despark was in here, so we do have to be very conscious of that. So I'm kind of just hoping they tap out, but obviously that would be amazing. Wow, sure. That's good. It's real good. Minus for 4. Get rid of both of my things, and then we still win next turn. Seems good, though. I mean, it's a heck of a play. Yeah, dude, you got it. Nice job. Pass. Cycle it for... I don't know how many lands we have. I'm just going to say 5, because it really doesn't matter. Oh, look, and a Tamiyo. Sure. Attack him. Well fought. That was a pretty awesome game, actually. That was really interesting. I don't know what their deck was like necessarily trying to do, but it was pretty cool. Regardless, I like this deck. The discontinuity is like kind of stupid. It's a little broken if you can bring it back, which we really weren't able to. We just got lucky in drawing it time after time. Hey, song reference. But that was actually really sweet. So oh, look, guys, today is a good day. All right, so we are going to jump into part 2 with this. I know this one's a bit long. We're at like 45 minutes, but I do appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. I will see you very, very soon with part 2 of this Bant infinite turns kind of list. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. We'll see you guys then.